What's going on, everyone? My name is Nicholas Merton here at DataDash, and today is September 23rd of 2017. So I've been getting a lot of requests recently from the general community asking about Litecoin. A lot of you have been asking, Nick, now that Litecoin's had the run up to 100 and now that it seems like it's pulling back like crazy, is the run up over? Is Litecoin done for? Should I sell my position? You know, I get tons of requests about Litecoin, especially as of recent. And this CoinDesk article, I think, kind of spills into all the funding that's going around with it. Litecoin down 50% from all-time highs and looking lower. Is it time to get out? In my mind, I actually think this is a time to get in. Just my personal opinion. But we'll really scroll down here and just, again, I want to emphasize how much a chart can mislead as well as how much news outlets can mislead. Now, yes, there has been more than a 50% correction in the price. We almost went up to a run-up of $100, and I think we had a little too much of an exuberant run-up because in the sense of USD valuation, Litecoin had been hugging the 50-day forever. It was like, can we please get a breakout? Like, it was literally waiting for it, and I think when it happened, Litecoin got too much exuberance too quick, and it sold off and made up the difference pretty quick. And again, I don't think that that's very healthy to have those kind of quick run-ups and then the quick sell-side action. And that's not exactly a pump and dump, but that's still just not what you want to see for the long run. You want to see what Litecoin was doing, riding along that 50-day. As the 50-day rides up higher, riding along the 50-day, and have an occasional breakout and then cool down and then continue to having the 50-day ride up. I mean, that's one of the healthiest things you could see in the sense of an uptrend. And Litecoin had one of the nicest looking uptrends in USD value for quite some time. Now, I think a lot of people are scared about it. But really what we have to think about here, folks, is we're right back here. We're not selling off like crazy. In fact, Litecoin's actually a little bit higher than that chart. We'll come here in a minute. But you can see Litecoin's holding well above $45. But I think the most important thing I can share you all, I mean, even ignoring a lot of what they say on the view on here and everything, there's a comment that I saw down here that really just, again, this is why I tell y'all not to read the media and get all hyped about it. So the sky's falling because Litecoin is only up 1,500% in the past 12 months. I think sometimes with crypto, we get caught in an echo chamber. We get caught in this very tight-knit community where we're always communicating with one another. We're trying to trade everything. We're like, oh my gosh, Litecoin's down $2 or $3. Oh my gosh, should I sell? Folks, Litecoin's up massively this year. Now, to be fair, all cryptos are generally, but Litecoin has had a phenomenal run-up. So again, we have to think more of the long term with Litecoin. Litecoin is, yes, it's a candidate you could swing trade, and I've done successful swing trades. We actually did one at 1 million Satoshis recently, and we made a good trade on it. However, again, you got to understand, folks, that this is just a temporary pullback, in my opinion. I think that we're going to continue to ride up on this one. Reason why I'm thinking that? Usually I don't look at USD charts, but look at this, folks. The support line is holding. Even with this drastic run-up and pullback, we're holding fine. Now, of course, to be fair, that article from CoinDesk is like a day or two old, I think, and that's why it was looking like this was going to break through the double bottom and continue lower and go down back to these valuations. But I honestly don't think Litecoin will. I really don't think it will. And I think it will continue, especially with a lot of positive news that's come out recently with Litecoin. It will continue to go up in USD valuation. Now, keep in mind, as you all know, I usually don't like to look at the valuation simply of USD. I usually tell you all to look at the Bitcoin comparative. But even the Bitcoin comparative, it's at a nice pullback. We're not going all the way down to revisit the lows. It's not like this where we had the run up there and it went down. Litecoin's holding the 200-day right there. That's very healthy for it. And look where we did it before. We had a support at the 200-day, and we rode up above it. Looks like it's doing the exact same thing it did in the past, folks. And, 1,300,000 Satoshis, that's a nice big even. And hopefully we'll see that continue to hold along the 200-day and curve up. As you all know, I'm long on Litecoin. I got a position on Litecoin that I've held for quite some time. And, again, I've always been bullish on Litecoin. That position has never changed. Sure, I have swing trades where, up here, for example, we were like, okay, time to probably, get out some of your profits because there's previous resistance. But again, nothing to worry about, nothing to stress about. It's time, most likely, for an uptick to come back in price. I think we just had a little bit of a little too much optimism come in because of the South Korean volume, all the money coming in from institutional buyers in South Korea. And I think that there's a lot of positive news. As we talked about today, I don't want to repeat repeat a lot of what we already talked about, but we talked about how Litecoin, Charlie Lee announced that they had a successful cross-chain atomic swap for Litecoin and Bitcoin. That's amazing because it literally is the first time we've shown with proof that it's happened. So again, atomic swaps are a very interesting thing, and I think that's going to be a good case that Litecoin's one of the first out there who are showing atomic swaps can work. And the other thing I really want to bring up, that this is really something on the finance side. Bitcoin IRA, which is the largest crypto IRA retirement company out there, they've actually officially announced a few weeks ago, back in early September, that Bitcoin IRA has added Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and Ethereum. And with Bitcoin being kind of aired as the gold of cryptocurrencies, Litecoin's also getting the respective label of the silver of cryptocurrencies. So I think literally you're going to have a huge jump of people getting off of gold and silver and other precious metals, and they're going to use digital currency as those commodities. You know, I know they're not commodities, they're currencies, but they're almost viewed in a sense like that. You can use them as for transactions and they're very easily divisible, and you can stake them out for, hold them for the long term. You can't stake them like proof of stake, but you can hold them for a long term, and they appreciate in value because the demand is way outpacing the growth of supply. So again, I think Litecoin is going to be that second candidate for kind of that retirement aspect. And again, I think that Litecoin's just a long-term play. It's got massive adoption. You've got Charlie Lee, who's always in the media. And not to mention, you're buying at half the price you would have paid up here. I think this is not when we're supposed to FUD, folks, but it's the time we start to look to buy. So again, you got to do your own research to see if you think Litecoin's a buy at this level. But for all of you fearing out there and you want to know my opinion, I think it's a good buy at these levels. I added to my Litecoin position just the other day. As you all know, kind of staying out of crypto right now until we see a full confirmation of Bitcoin at the bullish side. And I got in some Litecoin. I couldn't help it. It looks pretty good at these levels. So again, I'd like to know what you all think down in the comments down below. Do you think Litecoin's continuing down from here? Do you think Litecoin's going to have a rebound up and will even surpass 100? Do you think we can reach it, folks? I'd love to hear what you all think down in the comments down below. But until then, everyone, I will see you all in the next video. Stay tuned.